Hank, you're chasing a story in Philadelphia. There was a tragic murder. A transgender woman shot in the back. What happened?
It was just kind of a weird journey we went on last night. Bill, Sergio and I met up at the corner of Wingohocking and 13th in North Philly. We were trying to make sense of the killing of Keisha Jenkins. Her mother was actually out there looking for answers too. She didn't want to talk.
Ma'am, I owe your statement in full. Anything you want to say, I won't ask a single question. Anything you want to say. I'm sorry for your loss.
Jenkins, as we know, was a transgender. She was beaten and shot to death, as you said, Bill, early Tuesday by several men. According to police, they're now saying that what initially might have looked like a hate crime was likely actually motivated by robbery. But as Sergio and I saw last night, there's a weird energy at 13th and Wingohocking. Just ask the EMS.
So what happened?
They were responding to a call. They got a call about 10 minutes before this and came through the intersection of 13th and Wingohocking going over to, I believe, Ansbury Street. And as they were making a turn, they got hit with a rock in the front of the truck.
This medic truck was at 13th and Wingohocking where the murder that we're covering occurred, and somebody put a rock into the windshield of the ambulance. The ambulance. Somebody threw a rock at the windshield of the ambulance. Do that math.
And Bill, the lieutenant, told us he's got no idea why. He just knows that his ambulance now needs a new windshield. And that's not all. As we walk back toward the scene of the Jenkins killing, we found these things, the contents of someone's purse or wallet, spilled all over the street.
And that's him too, Serge. That's the same dude. You tell me. It could be his son. The picture on the left looks too new to be him as a baby, although this guy looks young.
There's these insurance cards, financial responsibility cards, cards that you need if you're going to go to a doctor's appointment. All of it seemed to belong to a woman named Bonner. Reached out to her, left her a message, but I'm just going to put all of it basically in this envelope along with a note telling her where I found it, and I hope she's okay, and send it to the address that was on one of the cards. But one other thing, Bill, when we got back to the initial scene of the Jenkins killing, we found the smallest of memorials, just a little candle, one little candle and one little rose. No arrests in the Jenkins murder on a tough corner of Philadelphia. If you got any information, call Philly Police.
How would you describe it? Maybe, Sergio, it's a question for you. You know, you're from Philly, you live there. You know, what's a word that describes this neighborhood? Violent, sketchy, what is it?
I live 5 minutes from that place. I mean, that section of Philly is pretty much, there's a whole bunch of transgender people there. Crime, drugs, money.
That area of Philadelphia is in the 10% bottom for safety in the neighborhoods of Philadelphia. Just in 1 month, there has been 50 violent crimes and over 100 non-violent crimes. That's considered property crime. It is not a place you want to be. I used to work in a school down there, and I was constantly scared. I've never been scared living in North Philadelphia at Temple. I've never been scared living in South Philly. I was scared every time I got the subway down there.
When you've got this high number of transgender women of color that are either involved in some kind of nefarious activity in a bad neighborhood, you're going to have a high number of problems, robberies, murders. I mean, I think that speaks to, the area speaks to a lot more to this crime than the fact that she was transgender. Irrelevant. I think a white, straight man wouldn't last 10 minutes in that neighborhood either.
Yeah, I
so
think it's
I don't think it has anything to do with that.